Hey, and welcome back. So what we're going to do in this lesson is go over sets. Sets are very important because it gives us a basis to understand probability. We'll jump straight in. So go to your terminal. Let's find our terminal. Here we are. Now, if you remember from the previous video, we installed the Jupyter Notebook, right? So we just hit JP. So we start typing in Jupyter into our terminal, right? My computer is quite loud, so I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. And after that, NOT, tab, autocomplete. That's great. Enter. You just wait. And now you get some funny looking error message. I don't think this should really happen to you if you installed everything correctly, but as I said, I was messing around with my browser and I may have accidentally messed some things up on my computer. But what are we gonna do to fix this? We simply go to the terminal. Actually, you can't see that. I said we go to the terminal. This is the output from the terminal. We copy this, so just hit Control C. Then we go to Firefox or Google Chrome or whatever. You go to the little browser thing, whatever it's called. Hit enter. You paste it in, and then now we're in our Jupyter environment. So now find the course notes. So in a previous video, I showed you how to download and get the course notes, and you save them to a folder wherever. So find where they are. Where did I save them? It's like I should have wrote that down somewhere. Makes sense if I save them in documents. Udemy, yeah, okay. Introduction to probability. Yep, so that's the one, right? And then go to lecture notes because we're in lectures, right? And the lecture we're gonna commence is the lecture on sets. So lesson 1. And for this, what I'm gonna do is just go through this first section. So what do I say here? Let's have a read. When we talk about the probability, what comes to mind? Chance. So how likely is something going to happen? For example, I say to you, there's my window right there, and I say, what's the chance or probability it's going to rain? And someone may say, 0.5, and that makes sense. There's half, like 50% chance it could rain, and probabilities are always between 0 and 1. You may hear someone say, 50%, like I just said, and a percent is between 0 and 100, but I'm guessing you may have known that before. Okay, now let's go over this section, then we'll end the video and get on to the next section. So, what is a set? Sets are just a collection of distinct objects. They're very important because what we do in probability is that we take these distinct objects and translate them into numbers. So let's go to the board. Make sure the board's working. The board is working fine. So we have a set, and let's just represent it visually with this square. And essentially, you've got some objects in here, right? And that's it. So this square is just the set, and these things, so this square, or rectangle, or whatever, represents the set, and this is the object. So all these are objects here. That's it. That's it. Now you can have particular types of sets, so maybe inside the sets there are like numbers, for example 69 or 88, 33, and you say, okay, maybe we call this set A. So we write it mathematically like this. We say, we say A is equal to, now these funky looking brackets mean set, yeah, 33. That's, we'll talk about that more, it's okay. So let's go back to the lesson. So they're very important, and we'll work with a particular kind of set called the sample space. Now the sample space is just a set, or like a space, where all possible outcomes happen. So it's just like you think of everything. It's all possible things that could happen. So for example, let's go back to the board. Let's think of a coin. So imagine you have a coin, and a coin can be heads or tails. And then you say, well, what's the sample space? Easy. The sample space is just heads or tails, all possible outcomes. And what we use mathematically to denote the sample space is this funky looking letter here, this funky looking Greek letter. So let's go back to the notes. That's called omega. That's it. So in the next video, we'll go over some set operations and how you can add and subtract and do all those funky things with it. So I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next video.